Hi, welcome back. We've had a little bit of technical difficulties over the course of these last few VODs. And I can't really make my life easier in a way that like still has the chat log via ChatReplay. So we're just gonna start here. You didn't really miss much by missing out on like the last, I don't know, 30 minutes of content. I got something in my to, like, recap it for you VOD watchers. We met a thing called a pickpocket. And it does what it says. It picks pockets. We got freaking there's a bubblegum dudes. There's the dudes that like stuck to my car earlier. You seen them. I'll show you all these while we're playing. And we found where the coral is. It's like glowing in water. That's really all you missed. The things that we read, the like lore that we read, didn't really give any more detail towards anything. Other than Tobias was researching the bubblegum things, and if I drop things, something might steal it, but it will be invisible. It'll eat it, but it'll be invisible. So, yeah, that's really all you didn't really miss much. It's just like, yeah. Hi, Dumpling. Hi, Strix. How are you? My Yeti sitting on my desk like, listen. Yeti's bad, but it can sound good. Siren, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, now I'm gonna fix my car and stuff. VOD isn't unpaused yet. This is a lie, a fibbage, a fabrication. It won't let me pause the VOD again, though. All right, we're going toward the goal. To do so, we got to go through quite a bit of not swamp. Does this have a squire? It does. We need more. They all have squire. This has max housing. I mean, like. Be fun. It'll be fine, probably. Oh, hang on. Let me, Okay. I want to know what Drew and chat think I'm like IRL based on what I've said in chat. I have zero thoughts. I think that you're exactly like you are in chat, but in person. And I have no reason to believe otherwise. This is damp forest. Why does this look like that? It says unknown. Oh. Listering woods. Huh? I'm gonna go this way. I am very different IRL than I am in chat. Probably quieter. I'm exactly the same.
I am currently wetting my
Press the wrong button. Fuck it. If anything, I'm more talkative in real life. I just need warm-up time. And I'm like that when I'm talking to people in games and stuff, too. Do I have that Liberator? Yep, I forgot to make something that I kind of needed really badly. Well, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. Thatch is looking particularly nice tonight. Thank you. I noticed that the right side has started to become more full. There's the goal. Thank you. There's the Squire in front of me. Okay. Wait. Can I make the Liberator now? Nope. That's fine. Do I have that scrapper? The spare scrapper? Nope. I have to think about what I'm saying as I'm typing it here. IRL, I won't shut up. You're telling me this is you censored? Huh. Yeah? Huh. Oh, the one tool I have left. I think I can make the scrapper now. What do I need for the Liberator? Pressurized cartridges. Yeah, I'm not gonna put this in there. I don't know. I need warm-up time to be social in general. Both in person and online. Like, I just like, well, I start out quiet, but I start to like warm up and get louder. But like, overall, I'm the same. I definitely used to be socially awkward growing up, but I'm fine now. As I've grown older, I've cared. I've started to, not really started to. I've been doing it for a while. I've grown to care less about what other people think of me, and that has allowed me to, open up and be more social in occasions. Because I could not give a shit less if somebody doesn't like me. unless they are a person that I consider a friend. Then I worry night and day whether or not they like me. Whether or not something that I say affected them negatively or made them think less of me because I said something wrong. I worry about that all the time. It's a constant worry in my brain. Every single thing that I say. The people that I love and respect. Alright, well, I'm not getting in there. And yet, every single time I say anything, I'm like, I wonder if they hated that. Bringing it up. Don't hug Yam. He's got COVID. You got COVID. Don't hug Yam. He's sick. He's sick. He's gonna get you sick. Don't hug him. Don't hug him. Don't do it. Okay, I need to make a pry bar. Unless I have a pry bar and it's just not being quick, because that happened last time. I need more scrap metal. Okay.
Has this been creepy enough?
It's been a pretty spooky game. How you doing, Icky? Oh, there's the scrap metal. I can't see. But I'm trying my best. Can I make the pry bar now? I've had COVID 3 times and it hasn't killed me yet. I'll hug you, Yam, all I want. Yam has polio. Yam has polio. Yam's gonna give you polio. Yam's got an STI. Yam's got an STI. It's on their hands. It's on their hands. They got crabs on their hands. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. They're stinky. It's gross. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. Don't do it. Don't do it. What mug they is. Ow. Okay. Thank you. No. Bad. Ooh. Nothing for me. Hot take, I hate the nacho fries. I don't know if I've ever even had the nacho fries, but also, I don't eat cheese, so like, it'd be a sacrifice to try them, you know? I wouldn't be trying them for free. You know? Hot take, I just don't like Taco Bell. Never had Taco Bell. Fun fact. And you know what? I think I'm better off for it. I don't think I need to. They're worth trying? I don't know if I agree. Oh, I'm fine. Because, like, let's say, theoretically, I like Taco Bell. What's that going to lead to? Me eating more Taco Bell. How does that benefit me? What positives does that bring into my life? Think about it. I feel as though that brings only negatives. Just so many things are happening right now, and not a lot of them are good. Ooh. Don't flip. Okay. Something's wrong with my engine, I just noticed. I'll look at that in a minute. Okay. Need a electric thing. Wait, I have one. That's a jumper. There we go. Okay. Hang on, Chad. I can't read you very well right now. I need a minute. Oh, Bobby! Oh, Bobby! Oh! Oh my God! Ah! 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 No! Hey, I made it to the bottom. Oh, I've had a churro from Taco Bell. I guess I need to be by the car to do the emergency teleporter. I didn't know that. I've had a churro from Taco Bell, but like, you know. Like, you gotta be super fucked up to make a bad churro, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be fucked up. Taco Bell churros are mid. I agree, but like, I'm saying it's not bad. You know, like I said, you gotta be fucked up to make a bad churro. Like, in reality, like, what makes a churro good? In my brain, without making an attempt to make one, cinnamon, sugar. Like, you can't go wrong. Like, it's, like, you know, that's like the main thing. Like, the format of the churro, when you really think about it, like, does the format of the churro, like the stick, you know, is that the defining factor of the churro? Sure. Right? Like, that part, like, actually making the form of the churro? Sure. Maybe difficult, you know? But, like, the actual ingredients that make a churro, like, in my head, bread or bread substitute, cinnamon, sugar. Like, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Like, you can't fuck that up. You can't fuck that up. It's fried with sugar and cinnamon. You can't fuck it up. Like, those are the 3 things that you can't fuck up. You can't fuck those up. You know? That's like fucking up butter. You can't fuck up butter. How you gonna fuck up butter? It's butter. Butter's good. You put butter in a thing, it's good. It's butter, you know? You know? You put sugar in a thing, it's good. It's sugar. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, you know, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you gotta be fucked up to fuck this up. You know, like, you gotta be messed up, you know? Like, something's gotta be wrong to fuck this up. Again, if you fuck up, like, the format of the churro, like, the appearance, sure. Sure. I get that, you know? I get that. I get that, you know? But, like, the actual, like, taste of the churro? The ingredients are destined for each other, you know what I mean? Challenge you to make a churro. I don't like baking. So I probably never will. Baking's not fun. For me. And that's what that would be, because I don't have a fryer. I have an air fryer, but I don't have a fryer. So for me, that would be baking, because I feel as though you could do either. Listen to what I'm saying, Quack. So I'd have to bake it, and I don't like baking. And also, a churro is a pastry, which I also don't enjoy making. So, like, because that's majority baking. I don't like it, so I probably never will. You're not allowed to bake it? Well, I don't have a fryer, so cope. I like making lemon bars. Everything that I view as, like, being baked, like baked goods, like pastries and stuff, which a churro is. Let me rephrase. It's not baking. What is happening? It's not baking that I dislike. I don't like making pastries, or cake, or cookies, or anything like that. I don't like any of that. I don't like making it. It's not fun for me. I don't like it. And again, once again, as I said earlier, same argument as the Taco Bell conversation. What benefit would it be to me to make a churro? To learn how to make a churro? That's not healthy. That's not good for me. To be able to, like, know how to make churros and be making them all the time. That's not healthy for me. That's not going to be good for me. You know? In reality, what that's going to end up happening is I'm going to be making churros all the time. And eating churros. And I'm just going to get fat. I don't want to do that. I don't want to learn how to make that. What benefit does that have to me? Nothing. You know? So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to know. You know? It's effort and would only be done once in a while. I don't want to know. I'd be making them all the time. I'd be doing it all the time. I don't want to know how to do that. I'd rather choose to be ignorant about how to make 90% of pastries so that I never have the urge to make them and never have the urge to eat them, because then I have to either make someone else make them, which I feel bad about, or buy them, and that costs money. So it's like, I would rather not know how to make it so that I don't feel the urge to make it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go this way, faster. Most of the things that, like, I know how to cook without, like, looking it up are, because, like, obviously, like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you, Chad. Anybody that says they don't know how to cook doesn't know how to Google. That is all. So, like, anything that, like, I know how to cook from my dome, right, without, like, looking up a recipe, is, like, healthy stuff. For the most part. Because that's just, like, that benefits me more. So, like, the reason I learned how to make steak so well is because steak is good for me. That's good for me to know how to do. You know? The reason I learned how to make hot dogs, even though people say hot dogs are bad for you, it's protein. So I learned how to make really good hot dogs because it's protein. Good protein. Is steak good for you? It depends on how you make it. But yes, it's protein. Yes. You know, like, the reason I learned how to make veggies in so many different ways is because it's veggies. They're good for you. You know, it's like the things that I know how to cook amazingly. What is happening to my vehicle? Do I have something on it? Oh. The things that I know how to make amazingly, are all things that are, like, good for you. Mostly protein. Because I build muscle. That's, like, the primary thing that I do. Don't you use a lot of butter? Yes, but I'm cooking it in the butter. The butter isn't on the steak. Butter basically burns off. The butter is like, I could do the same exact thing that I'm doing with butter if I used oils. It's the same thing. It serves the same function. I think that butter sears better than oils. So I choose to use butter over using an oil of some kind. But realistically, it serves the same purpose. But it's still good. What butter makes you shit yourself? I use margarine, to be specific. Which doesn't. Yeah. It's the same thing. Margarine isn't dairy. Yeah, it's I believe it's a plant-based butter, exactly. How you doing, Medi? Asparagus is objectively the worst veggie. Why? Because of the taste? Well, I'd say... No. You're wrong. You know what is the worst veggie? Eggplant. Eggplant fucking sucks. No matter what way you cook it, it always has a weird texture to it. It can taste fine, but it always has a weird texture to it. It looks weird. It never looks appealing when you cook it. I've never seen one that has been cooked in a way that looks appealing. It's always mushy. It's gross. Okay? Eggplant is the worst veggie. Eggplant is a fruit botanically, but a vegetable, what's the word? Cooking-wise. I don't know. What's the word? I can't think of the word. But eggplant is a fruit in the same way that tomato is. Tomato is a fruit botanically, but cooking-wise, it's a vegetable. Brussels sprouts taste good. You can, at least the way that I make them. Brussels sprouts taste good. They just make you smell disgusting. Because every single fart or piss that you take is going to smell horrendous. But you can cook them well. Just got to be made well. They taste like sulfur. You're cooking them wrong. Brussels sprouts can taste good. So can asparagus. But they make you smell horrendous. I would say I like asparagus, but I would say that's on the lower end of things that I like vegetable-wise. I would say that. Carrot, peas, carrot. You said carrot twice, and also I disagree about peas. I don't like peas. Peas are mushy. Not a big pea person. I mean, honestly, like, kind of stereotypical because I'm, like, Indiana, you know? But corn is an S-tier veggie. Like, it's corn. Corn is, like, the S tier. Like, you can't, like, it's just, you can't beat it. It's corn. Like, It's good on everything. Like here's what I do, Chat. Here, let me walk you through. Let me walk you through my process. Right. It's barely a vegetable. So like, let me walk this through to you, okay? You take some cauliflower or cauliflower, however you pronounce it, right? You take some cauliflower, you put it in a pan. Okay, just a flat oven pan, right? You put it in a pan, right? You take some broccoli, you put it in a pan. All right, you just mix the vegetables around with those two things, right? You take hi, hello. You take some capsicum or bell peppers. You cut that shit up, right? You put that shit all over that. You mix that in there, right? Then you have a choice. You can add more. You could take some carrots. You cut up the carrots. You put that in there. They want you for Valo. I don't want to stream Valorant. You put some carrots in there, but I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for asking. You cut up some carrots. You put that in there. I was just teasing. All right. You can mix some other stuff in there if you want. Okay. It's flexible, right? But keep it here. Okay. Right. You take that, right? Then after that, you take some virgin olive oil. The olive oil needs to be untouched by penis. Okay. You take some virgin olive oil, all right? You pour that shit all over it, okay? You really pour that shit over, all right? All right? The more you use, the worse this is for you. Okay? You need to keep in mind that this is the part that's bad for you. Now, keep in mind, virgin olive oil, the most healthy of the oils that you can use, all right? However, this is still the part that's bad for you. So keep that in mind, okay? So you take that virgin olive oil, you pour it over the veggies, right? And here you have another choice. You can do it the traditional way that I do it usually, which is garlic powder. You pour that over it. Okay, you can be this is what like super gonna affect the taste. So like you can go crazy with it or you can go light with it. Okay, you take some garlic powder, you put it over it, right? Take some salt, you pour it over it. Can't forget the salt. Salt's important, right? Then, this is where you go wacky, okay? Now, you can say no to the garlic powder and go to the store, go and buy one of those. There's like everything bagel seasoning, right? Some of those have garlic in it. It's like everything bagel with garlic, you know? Like, you can buy that, but like, you take that everything garlic, right? Or that everything bagel stuff, right? And you take that and you pour it over it. It gets little sesame seeds in there. It adds a nice crunch to everything. You can do that, or you can just do the garlic powder. Or you can do both. You can do both. You literally can't go wrong. Okay, now here's where it goes crazy. Okay? This is an extra level of crazy. When you serve this stuff on your plate, at the same time as that's cooking in the oven, on the top of the oven in skillets, or in pots rather, you're also cooking either corn or green beans. At the same time, you're cooking either corn or green beans. When you serve that on your plate, you take the corn and green beans and you pour it over the stuff, right? So you have your mixed veggies, and then you take that corn or green beans and you pour it over the mixed vegetables, so that you have. So what this does is you have these veggies that we're cooking in the oven, right? So these veggies have dried out, right? If you cook them long enough, they should have dried out, right? And then you take this corn and or green beans and you pour it on top of it. That's bringing some of that juice back. It's bringing some of that juice back to it. And then all of a sudden, you have this mix of vegetables that is perfect, all right? Perfect. I'm going through a list of veggies, and the only ones I'm finding that aren't F tier is turmeric, and turmeric's a root, and various peppers. Robotic, you're just wrong. You just don't know how to cook, dog. You just don't know how to cook, all right? That's really all this is. You just don't know how to cook, all right? These things can be S tier, okay? These are things like, this is one of those things where it's like, this is a massive category of food, 90% of which can be cooked in such a vastly different ways You just haven't had them in a way that suits you. Like, that's what's happening. You just don't know how to cook these in the right way for you. I'm not gonna remember all these steps, it's fine. Eli roasts him about it in VC all the time. Roast who? Me? What? Oh, about robotic not knowing how to cook? Huh? Oh, I need to make a bulb. But yeah, it's like, this is like an entire category of food, robotic. Plants are overrated? You're wrong. Like, this is an entire category of food. In reality, robotic, you just need to cook it in a way that fits for you. Right now, you haven't done it in a way that fits you. Having that situation where, like, you try something and you're like, I don't like it, and then immediately cutting it out of your life, like, that's negative overall. Compared to learning different ways to cook it in an effort to enjoy. Especially something like this, where, like, these things are super healthy for you and can help you long term. You know? Like, these can be really good to learn how to cook in a way that you enjoy. You know what I mean? So it's like finding a way to enjoy this kind of stuff. Very good. Can't fucking see. There was nothing here for me to see. Can't have spicy stuff. You know how you start enjoying spicy stuff? Unfortunately, by having spicy stuff. That's what I've learned. I'm definitely not to a point where I could eat like a pepper and be okay, right? Like, but like I'm definitely raising my spice levels, of what I can handle. Stuck the landing. Put cheese on veggies? Can't do that. I also don't want to. I mean, like, that would make it less healthy. I mean, in reality, like, all things can be healthy. Like, just like if you go out and you eat fucking, I was gonna say a place that we're not supposed to eat anymore because they're fucking boycotting on Taco Bell, right? Like, you can eat Taco Bell. Taco Bell's not bad for you. Like, is it bad for you in that moment? Yeah, sure. But, like, what's bad for you is eating Taco Bell every week. You can have that bag of chips. You can eat that bag of chips. What's bad for you is having an entire bag of chips every 3 days. That's bad for you. You know? You can eat that piece of candy. What's bad for you is eating too many pieces of candy. Like, that's the thing. Like, everything can be good for you. It's whether or not you're eating it in moderation or you're just going to town on every single thing that you eat constantly. That's what's bad for you, right? Like, it's you have to learn how to moderate yourself, you know? 90% of the time, I am not cooking it because I either cannot be bothered or it can be done faster and better by a cook at a restaurant somewhere too. I don't just cut it out the instant I dislike it once. Okay. I've never had veggies from a restaurant that I've liked. They don't cook it enough. So, I'll take you a layer deeper. Learning how to cook these yourself can be very validating. Because then instead of sitting down and having some unhealthy meal, you can eat veggies because you like them, you know? Like, I don't know. My grandmother used to make us veggies all the time, and she's like an expert chef. Tastes like shit. Hate them. Doesn't cook enough. Oh, also, you said chicken is healthier than steak earlier. That is both correct and incorrect in different ways. It depends on which ways you're talking. I think in general, chicken might be healthier, like if you were to take it a net all. But I honestly don't know. I know that fish is the healthiest protein. Also said, I didn't think it was true. I mean, it is true in certain aspects. It just depends on which. Yeah, red meat, I think, is generally unhealthier, less healthy than stuff like chicken. But I don't fish is the worst protein? I don't think that's correct. But I'm not 100%. You still have to consume it in moderation for heavy meals. Yeah, I mean, that's all things. You just, like, moderation is important. Like, you can really eat anything you want as long as you're not eating the whole house. You know? As long as you're not housing the entire pantry of food all at once, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. I've never eaten snails, but I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against trying it. Anything with frog legs, I wouldn't be against trying it. Too slimy. I didn't like oysters when I tried those. Oysters are what snails are like? Yeah, but again, I only tried them once. I'd be down to try them again. Again, I'd be surprised if I didn't like it. But I like clams, but not oysters. I'd be down to try either. I mean, I'm always down to try anything. You know, like, even if I disliked it previously, I'm always down to try anything. I just, like, when it's my day-to-day routine, like, I very much have, like, a standard. Like, when I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the one that walks up to you. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the one that wakes up next to you. And I know, whoa. Well, I know I'm gonna be the one that walks up next to you. Because I would walk right down in my head. I would walk right down to be the one who walks 1,000 miles. Anyways, what is my day-to-day routine? Like, I wake up and I eat fucking, I eat basically whatever's made for me. I don't really have a lot of stuff in relation to, a lot of say. I honestly, like, I don't care. And then, but, like, when I choose the meals, like, it's either veggies or, recently, for about the last, I don't know, about the last, like, year and a half, maybe just a year, I don't know. Every single night after stream, I've eaten 3 over easy eggs, 2 oranges, and then sometimes 1 granola bar. Every single time after stream. I've done that for about a year. Every single time. Very specific mix. I've been doing it every single time. Here's the thing. When I walked into this fucking void, I was expecting to see the marker. Neurodivergent alert? I mean, maybe. The reason I do it is because it's healthy. Like, it's something that I can eat that doesn't negatively affect me in any way. Like, it is a meal that is only positive to me. You know? It is only something that can help me. Even if I did nothing all day, even if I sat in my chair like a potato for the entire day, it is a meal that I can eat with no negative effects to myself. So I eat it every time after stream. And I haven't lost that much weight. I think I've very slowly lost weight over time. Not to the point where it's noticeable. But it's because I haven't been working out that much. However, a few days ago, I switched over. What I usually used to do when working out is I would do, like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes of cardio, and then 10, 15 minutes of strength. I made the decision this last time, and I think I'm going to keep it up. I fucking hate cardio. I think it is the most boring piece of shit thing. And to be honest, because I stand up during stream and I walk around and stuff, I feel like I'm getting enough throughout my day to day. To the point where I fucking hate cardio. I don't want to do it. So I'm just not gonna. I've made the decision to just, I'm going to strictly do strength exercises now. I'm just gonna be building up. I'm cutting cardio out, I'm just building up. It's what I enjoy doing, I'm just doing it. And I definitely noticed results. Fuck! Fine, it's only one. Oops. Yeah, I'm just building strength. Both my headlights are broken. Very epic. Oh. It's because my battery's low. Okay. Oh, by the way, chat, speaking of working out, I've met Chopper. Not what I expected so far. Not at all what I expected. But I'm very excited to see how he becomes the Chopper that I know.
Oh, jeez.
A lum chopper. I just met him. Them. I've yet to see how he's going to become, or how they're going to become, the chopper that I know. Because right now he very much doesn't look like what I know Chopper looks like. I'm excited to see where this goes. Why isn't it exploding? All right, this one's gonna be a bust. Oh, the impact hammer.
What are those?
Good question. Good question. When I woke up, you know I'm gonna be the one that wakes up next to you. I would walk 100 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the one who walked 1,000 miles to... Chat, check this out. Off-roading. One of my tires just popped or something. Yeah, so I ran out of gas. Is that gas? Did I just look out? Oh my god. Yo! We got a Prius. We're working up to it. Should be enough for now. Should get us out of this divot. Is that the sound of the thing eating my flare? That was a good sound. That was a positive sound. Look, all you really need is the left light. You know, why do you need the right light? What is the right headlight doing for you? Nothing. Nothing. You only really need the left headlight. That's where your eyes are. You know, who needs the right one? Why is that making that noise? Oh, I ran out of gas. Is there a lot of radiation here? I assume this truck is gonna... Can I fucking see? I assume this truck has gas, right? Because, like, it's a big truck. I'm good. Yeah, we're building up to a Prius basically, because we got an electric engine. We're building up to an electric engine, and then we're gonna get a bunch of things that give us more electricity over time. Like we already have a wind turbine on the side of the. Oh, it only has one side. Okay, we already have a wind turbine on the side of the car. We can get a rain one too, so that we just gain battery over time, which is the benefit of us going for electric car rather than gas car. The downside is that it eats up the same resources that everything else does. The upside is that theoretically, when we get done with the upgrades to build up to it, theoretically it will be self-sufficient, where even though everything else uses it, as long as I'm not using everything all the time, they should work together, you know what I mean? We got a thing called long haul. No, I'll just move on. I need the stuff from here more. When I'm craving candy, I mostly go for Mexican candy. I like, I mean, you guys know, I talk about it all the time. Heath bars are my weakness. I fucking love Heath bars, but I just eat anything. Like, I'm weird when it comes to, like, sweets and stuff, because, like, normally, I'm not that big of a sweet person. But, like, if something is in front of me, I just eat it. Like, that's kind of where, like, my ideas around moderation come from, is myself. Because, like, I fucking see food and I can't help but shove it down my gullet. Food and I have such an unhealthy relationship. It's fucking, it's such a thing, you know? Like, I know I'm not, like, the biggest individual or anything, but, like, food and I have a very unhealthy relationship. It's a whole battle. At present, the majority of radiation detected in the zone can be categorized as beta particles or gamma rays, behaving almost exactly as we would expect. Nevertheless, further study will still be required to explain the origin and highly variable intensity of this radiation, which is unlike anything previously documented. One particular kind of radiation frequently manifests as a highly localized phenomenon, with no apparent source or focus, and often displays changes or modes of behavior more consistent with cloud patterns. These radiation microclimates are increasingly common and vary in intensity from relatively weak to extremely concentrated. We've tried to discourage the use of the phrase, but local contractors have already taken to using the phrase hot dust to describe this unusual phenomenon. While further study is obviously warranted, the extremely unpredictable activity and spontaneous appearance of this radiation has made examination extremely difficult. It is not currently a priority. Okay, it actually doesn't do anything, it seems. It's not even a stress relief thing for me. It's just like my mouth is lonely. Kind of thing. What's the strangest food you've tried? I mean, like, kind of normie. I'm like, a lot of people have tried it, but probably calamari. Probably calamari. I liked it too. It was good. Bear. Other than that, I don't know. I feel as though a lot of the foods that I would classify as weird, other people don't. Like, I would classify oysters as weird. But other people wouldn't. I don't know. I guess it depends on what you would classify as weird. I need another bulb replacement. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't need that light. I mean, that's really what it is, Maker, is that I live in a place that doesn't really have that many options. But I also live with white people who are resistant to change and anything that's different, you know? Like, I'd love to eat more sushi. My family doesn't eat sushi. I would love to eat more, I'd love to try Indian food. I would be the only one eating it. I'd love to try Greek. I would be the only one eating it. It's like mainly my dad, really, who's like, he doesn't wash his ass, you know? Did I ever show you guys that? Not my dad's ass. Did I ever show you guys the fucking, in the comment, in one of the comments in my bidet clip video? Joe, you want to see my dad's ass? I mean... Okay. So I talked about in the comment on... I talked about one of the comments on my bidet clip YouTube video. And it was somebody saying that I look I don't look European enough to be gay. I talked about that one. Still think about that one every day. Still very deeply offended about that one. Still super offended by that one on like in so many different ways, dude. Like that one still bothers me. But that's not the one I'm talking about. Somebody commented something along the lines of like, they said either, I wonder what their dad thinks of this, or I wonder, or I'm gonna show this to his dad, or something like that. In which I replied something along the lines of, well, at least he would have a clean ass. Ooh, this is acid. Ooh, this is acid. Oh, I see. So this one works because I don't have to wait. Because it's thermo. So it just fucking sees them. Okay. Any more? This little cluster. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Okay. What's the button to do the heal? B? Oh, but that rapidly uses battery. Got it. Okay. I have healing stuff. Decunt your life. Me too. It makes me think of Legally Blonde. Of the Legally Blonde play with the gay or European song. No idea. I've seen Legally Blonde. I've never had any interest in seeing the Broadway play of, assuming Broadway, of Legally Blonde. I got that one. Okay, let's head towards the next one. Whoops. Like right in there? Sir? Thank you for pulling me out of the acid. I appreciate it. Okay. There's some right there and some right there. If I park in the middle here, I should have easy access to both. The circle is closing in and there is a storm coming, but I need these desperately. This isn't in water. No more? A little bit more. Okay. Next was over yonder. What are your thoughts on spoon candy? Don't know what that is. My thoughts are nothing. Define what is spoon candy? I assume this is what you posted in the Discord, but I'd rather you describe it. If it was in the Discord, I would rather you describe it. Okay. Here's the storm. Yes, I seen the marsh stuff. No, I didn't see the fence. Whoa, what's going on with you, homie? I need a battery jumper. We'll fix that before the issue happens. Okay, I don't know why that's happening. That's a glitch. Gotta be. Back window broke. I'll read it after stream, Maker. Thank you. What? Cut your life. You can. My buddy, Late Night Liam used a wheel. I think Fred McKay also used a wheel. Could be wrong on that. Pull me out. This is not out, sir. Sir. Sir.
Sir.
I'm getting back to the car.
Can I have some of the swamp coral for my glowy collection?
Of course. How much do we have? enough. Okay, hang on. Need this and then we're leaving. I see a quack, I just can't read it. Hey, Taurus, hello, hi! And I ran out of gas. And that's out of gas too. There. Fuck. Okay, I'm only rapidly dying.
Do we have to hitchhike now? Also, do I have to get out of the car with this weather?
No, you'll decay. Stay in the car. How could you do this to me? How dare you? I lost a panel. It's dude's fault. How could you do this to me? Okay. Get out of this fucking hellscape. That so nearly almost worked to my benefit. Oh. Please TTS it, yes. And now I can't scroll up.
Are you ready, driver? Okay, first off, I've loaded up 3 locations on your ARC device map. You see them? Yeah, head to whichever strikes your fancy.
You're sending them to the visions?
Sure am. We're gonna use this.
My optical basilizer.
Yes.
We shouldn't use that.
Why not?
I mean, it's been decades. No way that thing is in any sort of working shape.
I've been fixing her up in secret. I'm sorry. Don't be mad. It's gonna be a surprise for your birthday. Oh, I've gone ahead and made an itty-bitty modification to your headset, driver. I've hooked up the basilizer here to modulate your scan function. Think of it like an extra layer of mayonnaise on your technology sandwich.
What are you using the basilizer for?
No spoilers. We have to tell the story from the beginning. Driver, get ready to feast your eyes on the visions.
Vision. No way these dudes aren't married. Yeah, maybe.
A plastic spoon with the candy on the cup. The tip is covered with plastic wrap and the shaft is tied with a rubber band. Yes, they are sold individually.
Huh.
So we told you about the mass hallucination. Hundreds of people, 30 seconds of crazy, yada yada. But there was one instance where that event and the remnants intersected. The story of Laura Cesare. Laura worked at ARDA as an executive secretary. She put in her hours, but she spent her evenings with a real passion. Painting. When the hallucination event swept through, Laura was overtaken like everyone else. But for her, the visions didn't stop. She tried painting them, but grew frustrated at her inability to recreate what she saw. Now at first, Arda wrote her off as one of the many whose brains got scrambled by what they saw. Until Laura stumbled across a rusty can of paint in the woods. It was a remnant. Once she started using this paint, the visions in her paintings began to come true. She
said, huh, because dialogue is happening. I'm waiting for fucking it to stop.
Until the day the paint ran empty.
And then she disappeared. Like all remnant holders do.
Now that we know the remnants and the mass hallucination are related, maybe Laura's visions can help us out.
You know me, I don't talk over dialogue. I was waiting. So, the tip is covered in plaster. The shaft is tied with a rubber band. They're sold individually. So you have to buy... When you say individually, you have to buy the plastic, the spoon, and then also the spoon and the cup separately? Is that what you mean? But now you're leaving, so I can't ask you. I love you. Goodbye. Mwah. Candy paste is in the spoon dip. Plastic spoon with the candy on the cup. I mean, in the cup? The tip is covered with plastic wrap and the shaft is tied with a rubber band. Apparently, I need to see this picture. I don't understand what you're saying to me. That doesn't look like what you're describing. In the cup? What are you talking about the cup? I don't see a cup here. Yeah, is it just like hard candy on a spoon? The paste? Oh, so it's a paste on a spoon. A candy paste on a spoon. Why do I have 50 DMs? Wait, hang on. Do I have ceiling kits? I did. Good night, Quack. I love you. Mwah. I have
This
one.
is where your theory comes in, Francis. You tell him. Oh, look at me babbling away. Francis, you explain it. It's so good.
No, it's just... I'd rather not.
Hey, come on, we talked about this. You should be proud of your work. Toot your own horn.
Not this time.
Okay, well, Francis's theory, his entire branch of research was that the zone exhibits a property seen nowhere else on Earth. Every phenomena that occurs here leaves its fingerprint forever on the physical space. So he created this device to pick up on these sub-physical after effects. How did you explain it?
It was like identifying a whale's favorite color using only the wake it leaves behind. The rest was science mumbo-jumbo.
It's a form of electromagnetic imprint. Anyway, it was a long time ago.
And what a better time than now to try it again.
I mean, I'd be down. I'm not against eating bugs, as long as the bugs are prepared correctly, you know what I mean? Like, Like, I'm not gonna fucking Timon and Pumbaa pull a bug out of a log and fucking slurp that shit, no matter how good those bugs look. But like, fucking, if that bug's prepared correctly, I'd eat the bug. You know? I was nervous about the lollipops, but I find them actually pretty good. What purpose does the scorpion inside add? Does the scorpion bring the flavor? Like what? Because like to me, it just looks like fucking amber with a bug inside. You know, like.
The great pile-up. You know, if you catch the mural at the right angle, when the moon is right overhead, you can spot the helmsman's body in one of the boats.
Huh.
No chance. It's a paint smudge, nothing more.
Believe me, it's true. I've seen it.
Hey, is it just me, or did this mural look different before?
Probably the instability messing with the paint over time. It's been decades after all.
Nah, something's definitely off. Hey, where's our old notes from when we took a field trip out that way? Driver, why don't you go ahead to the next one while we investigate this?
Okay. It tastes like a popcorn kernel. I don't really think about the kernel when I think of the taste of popcorn. What the fuck is that? When I think of the taste of popcorn.
No, I'm telling you, the helmsman never
sunk.
made it out of the zone.
He died here.
Not this again. I still don't know why you're so convinced they existed in the first place.
Driver, back me up here. This is how the story goes. It was the winter of '72. A ship set sail down the Columbia River 100 miles east of here. The helmsman was overcome by bad weather, and while in a particularly foggy patch, the boat hit something, and the impact threw him from the deck. When he woke up, he was on a boat on this very lake, smack in the middle of the zone, with no idea how he got there. He had with him a ridiculous amount of cash and paid anyone and everyone to get him out of the zone. But no matter how he tried to leave, on foot, in a transport, he would always head into a fog and reemerge on another boat. At last count, the great pileup was 20 boats high and 30 boats wide.
A limb duplication glitch, nothing more.
And you, of all people, blaming limb tech instead of a good old-fashioned mystery?
It doesn't add up. Artist's favorite pastime was carting people out of the zone. How could someone actually fail to escape? And a mysterious man with a backpack full of cash. In the one place he can't spend it. Seems awfully fishy to me.
Okay. Oh, they brought me closer to the thing. Thanks. You know how when you make popcorn at home, sometimes you have like those half-popped kernels that you can still eat? Yeah.
They were just helping out.
Like those. Okay. Yeah, they were just helping me out. Shaggy Scrambler. I needed to scan them. We nearly got him out, Sally. We were within an inch of catching that notorious Scott guy. We almost did it. I swear to you, we're gonna triumph where the regulars just can't. After 11 months hiding out in the zone, stealing cars, breaking into shelters, taking food, you know how we were gonna do it? Anomalies. We used roadblocks to funnel him deeper to where we knew those beastly malfunction things were. You know what they did? A whole pack of them descended on his car, right in front of us. His engine dies, his battery burns out, his steering locks. He ends up stuck there, in the middle of the road, with nothing but his regrets. And then somehow, he still gets away. Somehow. Just melting into the darkness. I guess it didn't help that all of our cars started malfunctioning too. But that's not what matters. Mark my words, we'll catch him next time. Okay, well I need to go here. And then I need to take a right. It's coming near me. I don't like that.
That Scott guy sounds really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Perfect timing. Is that because my gas? I think that's the sound of my gas being low. Like Scoob, this Zaza really got me scrambled. Yeah. I've done better, Shaggies. I mean, that'll be enough to get me a little ways, but definitely not enough to survive on. Need to find more gas. It's not gas, I don't think. Here we go. Squire on the edge of nothing. With no gas. There's a fuel tank down there. Like, zoinks. Scoob. This got me really scrambled. I can never do the voice crack while I'm doing that voice. Like, zoinks. Scrambled. Scrambled. Nope, that's Toad. See, that's why I can't do it, because it brings me into Toad. Oh, there's the fuel tank. Like zoinks. Like zoinks, Scoob. I hope this is an acid rain. Fine. Hey, it's charging my battery at least. That's good. Wait, I'll go get that fucking thing right there. It's right in front of me. This is how I do it.
The press coverage of LIM technology is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at first. In the decade between 1955 to 1965, LIM is called many things. The promise of the future, the herald of a new age, the never spoken of again.
That's it?
You don't have to dig very deep for the gaps in the story to emerge. The presidential demonstration is the only physical proof we ever see of it. Compared to the Manhattan Project, developed under airtight shroud of secrecy, why was Lim paraded around in the papers? And if it really was the technological quantum leap to answer all our wildest dreams, why did it blink out of existence? The story of Lim technology is one hell of a maze, and the key to it is a woman named Dr. Ophelia Turner.
Heard this before.
Did Ophelia Turner, by all measure a failed physicist as far as her public record goes, truly invent Lim technology? Or was she held up as a Rosie the Riveter for the Cold War? An atomic Annie to excite the masses during the no-holds-barred race against the Soviet Union? Was she a myth, martyr, or monster? A figment of the imagination? True savior? Or convenient scapegoat? I'm Chiaki Saruhashi, and in this 9-part series, I aim to find out.
Thank you, Erica Ishii. While this wind is happening, I'm gonna press this button. Heal all the way up. And then I'm gonna let the wind raise my battery back up. We're heading this way. We're gonna grab this one, and then we're gonna go to the objective. I have a theory. What's your theory? I didn't know the bridge was this close. Did they just steal something from me? Oh yeah. I wonder if that's why my one of my panels is gone. What the fuck just happened? I think I just got struck by lightning. It happens. I think she was talking about Oppie. She is, yeah. Dr. Ophelia Turner is Oppie. Yeah, correct. Okay. Okay. Makes me question more about Oppie. I don't like Oppie very much. She seems mean. I think that something is going on with her more than what it seems, in multiple ways. Firstly, I think she might have some form of dementia. Or something along those lines at the very least. She's 80-something, yeah. I seen it in the mirror. Okay.
It was a man in the mirror.
I'm talking man, the man in the mirror. Oh, ha! Hey, what the fuck is that? Bigfoot. I love it.
The Bigfoot mural. My personal favorite.
Man, everything's going wrong this stream. My internet just cut out. Man, I'm just destined to have a bad stream today, apparently. So anyways, Bigfoot. Oh. Bigfoot.
Oh, did you see that, Francis? Oh boy, Francis, look. Look here, it's different from our sketch when we visited in '82.
It's all scrambled, but the shape seems familiar. If you tilt your head, doesn't that kind of look like Mount Olympus?
Oh, Francis, you flippin' genius! It absolutely is.
Wait, let's look back at the first one. What's different there?
That shape right there, is that Hook Valley?
Holy smokes! Oh, wait, pull up all the topographical maps of the peninsula. If we look around the areas where you'd get that view of Mount Olympus... See, Francis? I told you your basilizer would work.
I don't think this is the basilizer's doing.
Driver, we're on to something. Get to that third vision.
Okay.
Driver, if you come across a mushroom like the one in the mural, do not eat it. No matter how tasty it might look.
You're speaking from personal experience. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty.
Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to puke all over again. You've probably passed the biogenerators by now. They're our source of power in the mid-zone, and one of the best demonstrations of renewable limb tech. Yes, these battery farms keep our lights on, but more importantly, they're also the only place in the entire zone where anomalized mushrooms grow.
And guess who?
Oh, I think I just shit myself.
Biggest fan of those mushrooms, Bigfoot itself, and the vision foretold its arrival in the zone.
It started when those pods hanging from the battery farms were found chewed up. At first, they blamed it on the local wildlife. This was back when we used to have some. Then...
The sightings of 10-foot-tall creatures started that didn't attract much attention on their own.
Not until the first footprints were found. The Olympic Peninsula has always had a collection of Bigfoot sightings, but
they were rare until Bigfoot had its first taste of the anomalized mushrooms. Then it couldn't stay away. And that's when the Squatches came knocking. They jumped the wall, set up camp, and they got to investigating. Once they learned of the Sasquatch's appetite for these mushrooms, they cultivated entire farms of the stuff.
For months, they propagated mushrooms and set traps. And for months, evidence mounted that Sasquatch was making its rounds and evading those traps. Until one night, the experts disappeared.
Bigfoot got them, no question.
Come on,
All 8 at once? How is that possible?
never get in the way of a hungry Sasquatch. So about that last vision. I can't even look at it. Francis, you explain it.
And maybe you've already seen them, driver. A freestanding bright blue door in its frame, out in the wilderness with nothing around it. If you do see one, inside out. Its victims are mostly bears, squirrels, and birds. They all go through hell. Meat and bones on the outside, fur and feathers on the inside. It's
not fun to see. Once, a group of hikers didn't heed the warning, and
No, we're done here, driver. If you see one, you stay away from it. That's all you need to know. Let's go.
Chat, if we see that doorway, I'm getting near it. I need you to know. I need you to be aware that if we see that doorway, I'm walking straight into it. Directly into it. Inside Out? Kind of a mid-movie. Let's still dive for it. Oh! My computer's been having a weird issue and I haven't been able to figure it out. Where it just alt tabs randomly. That's what that just was. I don't know why. I can't figure it out. Drew redeems, by the way. What do you mean? What's wrong with him?
the inverting doorway.
No.
Sure.
I don't like this one. Oh, bingo!
See that pattern in the last mural? That flower only grows above a certain elevation. Put the three locations together, and you've got a square mile in the northeast corner of the deep zone. Huh. The visions were pointing towards something the entire time.
Hey, Uppy, you can stop pretending to ignore us now. Take a look at this fine work. We've pinned down the location for the source of the mass hallucination. That's where the driver needs to go.
Well, what do you know?
Well, I knew the basilizer worked. What did I tell you, huh?
He still doesn't know, Francis.
Know what? Uppy?
Not my story to share.
Almost out of gas. Again.
My theory, and that basilizer, they're,
illegitimate.
Wait,
Huh?
what are you saying?
I built that device to prove my imprint theory, and it was...
We need more gas. Time to break out the beans.
But my research funding was running out. So, I forged the data.
not much, just enough to justify more time. I was so close. I knew the breakthrough was right around the corner. But Ara found out. That's why I was reassigned and my clearance revoked.
Wait, you told me you changed labs voluntarily.
8 years of research with nothing to show for it. And then for that to happen, I couldn't face you.
That doesn't mean your theory is wrong. I still think there's something to it. There's a common thread with some of the remnant stories, like the telephone switchboard. The ones that seem to recall the past somehow. Maybe the remnants access those imprints, read them like a needle in the groove of a record.
Don't. You don't have to do that. It's in the past. I don't care about it anymore.
Huh.
But listen, I've got this suspicion, right? If
Game's
we
almost
can
over.
just get the car to the mass hallucination source, what do we find that can prove your theory? It's worth a try, isn't it?
I'm tired of trying, Tobias. I've tried all my life, and it didn't go so well.
Look, I don't have one of those fancy degrees that you and Oppie have. The closest I ever got to science was wiping down your lab benches. But I saw the incredible things that you did with your research.
Yeah, well, Arda didn't think they were incredible.
I don't care about Arda. I believe in you. Always have.
I'm sorry. I can't do this with her. Op Oppie led the disciplinary committee that stripped my clearance and demoted me to a glorified intern. She sat there and decided how best to humiliate me. I never asked for anything. This one time I do, so I would never have to talk to Oppie again. You didn't listen. Your remnant was more important than what I wanted.
Francis, I didn't mean...
I've had enough.
Let's... He'll come around. Sorry, driver. We'll see you back at the auto shop.
Okay.
Can they be any more married?
Right? I better hear a nice wet smooch through this goddamn radio. Yeah, just like that. I mean, that's better than nothing. Okay. Back to the car. Easy Pete. Running out of gas every 2 fucking feet. Maybe the electric engine is the way to go. I mean, like, at the very least, it'll be self-sufficient. You know, like, we can make bigger gas cans and stuff like that. We can't make a bigger gas tank. At least not as far as I know. We can make bigger gas cans. We can make ways to store gas. I guess we can't make a bigger battery either. Either way, we can make bigger gas stuff if we went the gas route. But if we make electric, there's no way, as far as I know, to be, like, self-sufficient on gas. We will always need to go get gas at certain points. I realize that the back door is not painted. Meanwhile, if we go with the electric car, then there will be ways for us to gain energy quicker. You know, we'll be gaining energy as we're draining energy. Because theoretically, as long as I'm not using all this shit super frequently, it should allow us to be self-reliant with the electric. How far away do I need to get? Like 2 inches. Maybe not. There it is. Took headlights on. That thing took my panel. It's fine. We're gonna have to do a couple runs of regaining armored stuff next time.
anything about that deep zone area you identified? I ran every coordinate in that area through the ARTA database.
And what turns up? But access logs with entry records for Dr. K up through March 1963.
What? No, the doctor died in 1961. And then the lab accident.
So we were told. Then, I found access logs for both that deep zone site and Red Meadow. Years and years worth of activity.
Red Meadow Research Facility? But it was demolished the same year. After the structural damage caused by the... lied about that too, didn't they?
It appears so. The driver should give the Red Meadow ruins a visit. If Dr. K didn't die that day, I'd like to know what was keeping him so busy.
So would I, but... do we have time for this? We don't know how long the driver's got with that remnant.
And that's why we need this information. Whatever Dr. K was doing relates to all of this. It may be the key to what lies at the end of the road for the driver.
I... agree with you. God, I hate saying that.
Driver, I've marked the Red Meadow facility on your route planner. Head there whenever you're ready.
Okay. God damn it. Chat, there's about to be an ad that's gonna play because stream went down. We're just gonna push through, okay? We're just doing upgrades and stuff, okay? I didn't mean to pause the audio. Alright, electric engine time. Oh, hang on, I gotta take this one out. Yeah. Let's put this one in storage for now instead of taking it apart. Just in case we don't like the electric. Holy. Okay. Alright, hang on.